Good day, gentlemen. How are we doing? It is the January 12 Rustore rotation. Not sure when it's going to happen. Obviously, it's not early, so I guess we'll be waiting for an hour or so. But let's just go take a real quick look, see how some of these skins are progressing, and we'll take a look at what potentially we might see today. So let's just start this off real quickly. We'll take a look at the abnormal skins from last night. Tempered large box. It's very, very, very comfortably looking all right. Chat. Earlier today, I went and bought 50 of them, okay? It just looks too strong. It just looks too strong. It looks like it's perfectly fine. The buy order build-up is just too strong for it. I am, like, fully confident it's going to at the very least, maintain its value. So I went and bought 50 of them today, and the buy orders are now going all the way up to $3. Right now, you could go to the Rust store and buy it for $3. So, yep. Hello, people. How are you all doing? So yeah, let's go take a look at the likes of the Twig Door. Now Twig Door sells for $2, doesn't it? And the buy orders are going all the way up to almost $2. But the bulk of the buy orders are still all around $1, and it only kind of tapers off at around $1.40, $1.50. Yeah, so unfortunately, per the amount of sales that we've seen with the likes of the Twig Door, I think it's going to suffer. So I can imagine this might be going down in price. Maybe when we eventually hit bad times, and when bad times are likely going to happen, it's maybe going to be around February, March time. What I'm saying is, right now, skin prices are still very good. Post-Christmas time, best time to sell your skins because skin prices go up so much. But we will go down again, and I would expect it for around February, March, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is one of the skins that suffers. Because how many did it sell? Oh yeah, you know, 32,500. That's a bit too much for a wooden door. And then we have the likes of the Volcano Door. Volcano Door's alright, hasn't sold too much, has quite a lot of decent support, but the buy orders just aren't really going all the way up to around $3. Yes, you have this one right there, but I'm talking about the bulk of the buy orders. And at most, they seem to be around $1 and going all the way up to around $1.60, $1.70. So, yeah, it might be alright. It all depends. Will we see continuations for these skin collections? I know Twig and Volcano, there's words, and I've seen it myself, that there's going to be more being added to these collections. And it's just a matter of, is Milio Frito going to keep making more tempered deplorables, like armoured doors and whatnot? A furnace, you know, loads of things that could be made. Maybe a rug. Maybe a rug. That'd be nice. So, if we do see more tempered deplorables, I would expect the already existing tempered skins to go up even more in price. And, yeah, it's all a matter of, when will the Rustore rotate? I don't know. So, yes, those are the abnormal skins. As I said, I bought 50 of these. It looks safe. Yes, it has over 36,000 sales now. When everything's like finished and over with, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up around 38,000 sales. That is a ridiculous amount when you compare it to the likes of the other tempered deplorables that we've seen. I made a big fuss about this last night, but yeah, this sold 17,000, this sold 14,000, this sold 37,000 almost. So will it suffer? It probably will, but at the very least, I think it's going to at least hold its value at around $3. But if we do see some more in the near future, more tempered deplorables, I wouldn't be surprised in the slightest if it goes up in price even more. So yeah, that's all good. Alright, so we also have the regular skins today. Now, as I tell you every single week, if you have scmm.app open, you can just click Marketplace, and there you go. I've got a link ready for the Cybercode SAR. And yeah, I've done that for all of the regular skins. So when this Rustore rotates, right here, then this, and this, these weapons will be going on the market. They will become marketable. And as I said last night, it looks like every single one of those weapon skins we're probably going to want to do like 70 cents to 90 cents buy orders. When times are bad, these skins will go down in price. It's unfortunate, but this is just the way it is. I know how other people behave. I know, and I've seen it many, many times. Unless we see more skins to these collections, they probably won't improve. And unfortunately, that's an AK, that's a SAR, and we've seen how they've performed recently. Like, they've not really done very well. Yeah, so it's more about the weapon itself rather than the skin, so that's unfortunate. But one thing I did mention last night, crossbows do actually kind of hold value, so maybe you want to do a bit of a higher price. The lowest price crossbow right now is $1.61. So they don't really crash down hard, but they At the very least, you could probably do maybe a $1.20, $1.30 buy order. That's up to you. We do know Horror Meow does intend to turn this into a collection, so Bonebreaker could end up becoming a nice big collection with plenty of skins in the future. We don't know. It's only the very beginning of the year, so we'll see what happens. Right, so those are all the skins there. Now we're going to talk about what we anticipate to see today. So, we recently saw the likes of Apostate Tier 3 version 2 being submitted. Looks very cool. In fact, why don't we show you that right now? So I go to the workshop, I scroll down, and I look at the Apostate collection, and here we are. So we've got Apostate version 2 Tier 3. So that was the old one, this is the new one, much more detail on the chest plate, less red on the face mask, looks nice. Will it be accepted? We don't know. We waited for a long time to see Apostate armor being accepted when we had the hoodie and the pants, and well, obviously it never happened. So this is the second attempt. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some Tier 2, version 2 being made at some point in the near future. Let's see if this potentially gets accepted. Then we also have the likes of potentially seeing Frosty. So I care more about the kilt, and if you are aware, ever since we had the Ice King update, the DLC, people were using the Frosty kilt to pair up with that Tier 3 armor. But what happened recently was Bad Trip, the skin creator, he decided, well, you know what, if loads of people are using the kilt with that new DLC armor, why don't I go ahead and make a version 2 of Frosty hoodie and pants? So, could this potentially be accepted today? I really do hope so. He waited a year to finally make version 2, so maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. We don't know. We'll wait and see. But there is one thing that we should... Actually, I'll save it for last. That's something that needs to be addressed. Another thing that we saw recently was the version 2 for Tier 3 JPEG. So, yep, let's just scroll over to here, scroll down, GPG and Trigger. And what do we see down here? We talked about it very recently. Where are you? Where are you? There you go. Yes, we have the JPEG Tier 3 version 2. So maybe we'll see the final core piece for JPEG being accepted. When we saw the clothing being accepted a couple weeks ago, we saw the likes of the Tier 2 armor going up a lot in price. So could we see something very special happening today, maybe? So, yep. Then we have Frog cosplay. So we started off with the hoodie and the pants. What we could potentially see today is Frog cosplay boots and gloves. Now, I'm not sure if that would really have that much of an impact in terms of prices for the likes of the hoodie and the pants, but it probably would get a lot of people interested. The problem is it's made by Emilio Frito, who also makes Tempered Collection. So Emilio is going back and forth with Tempered skins and Frog cosplay skins, and Tempered skins and Frog cosplay skins. So maybe this could potentially be accepted. We don't know. But, you know, one can hope, one can dream. But this would be like a nice sense of relief that Face Punch is more than happy to accept Frog cosplay skins no matter what, and we would feel a nice like safety net in assuming that, yeah, we're probably definitely going to see Tier 2 and Tier 3 armor being accepted eventually. It's just a case of Emilio Frito's printing money with his tempered deplorables, so he's probably going to be focusing that for a while. But if this gets accepted, that's a nice bit of assurance. So yes, we have that there. And of course, the one thing I've been caring about the most, could we potentially see Elite Crate Tier 2 being accepted? So we scroll down. Mr. Odyssey, ever since you had your random AK being accepted? Wait, where is it? Oh yeah, this happened last time, didn't it? For some strange reason it doesn't appear. There you go. So yes, we could potentially see the likes of the Elite Crate Tier 2 being accepted. And if that happens, well, you know how it is. If we see any core pieces being accepted, all the pre-existing core pieces do go up in price by a lot. Core pieces are where the money's at. And for some strange reason, recently Face Punch just thought, I can't be bothered to accept any more clothing and armor skins. Why? Please give me my clothing and armor skins. That's what we care most for. We, the investors, with the financial point of view. So yeah, last week, no clothing and armour. Hopefully, maybe, I'm just saying, we could potentially see the likes of maybe a Tier 3. We could also potentially see the likes of a hoodie and pants. We could also potentially see the likes of a Tier 2, all in the same week. You know what? Just give me a tier 3 armour, give me some hoodie and pants, give me some tier 2, and then give me the frog cosplay boots and gloves, and that's it. Don't need any weapons or deplorables. I'm good. That's all good. But yeah, they could do that if they wanted to. They could, and I think we'd be all right with that anyway. I think we'd be happy with that. Yes, we could potentially see Arctic, but I wouldn't really count on it. Yes, you're right to say that we could potentially see Arctic. So, Arctic, yes. So, if you aren't aware, Demon, the guy that made Arctic Camo Poncho, he did add more to his Arctic Protection collection. That rhymes. Yes, he made burlap shirt and pants. So that might be accepted. Would it cause the poncho to go up in price? Maybe, possibly. It's not looking too good. That's selling for like 70 cents, 75 cents at the moment. So it's too many. Too many got bought. Too many on the Steam market. It struggled. It suffered. So we knew how this was going to play out. And yeah. So, gentlemen, I think we've gone through all of the skins. Now let's just talk about Twitch drops. So, if you weren't aware, there is the Trust and Rust Twitch drops event. Trust and Rust event that's happening that has Twitch drops. So on Sunday, January 15th, make sure you watch all the people that have their skins. I think it's just general drops, but the drops go on for 7 days. That's what leads me to believe it's going to be 7 days of general drops. And what we think is happening, and we saw some of them, there's a whole bunch of doors that have been submitted. So for the likes of, where is it? I think they've hid them again. Oh wow, we got a garage door now. There you go. That's another one made by Shedmon. Skin for Trust and Rust. There you go. Yeah, Twitch drop. There you go. Perfect. So that's one of them. And then there was a double door. Where are you? Chat, if you have the links nice and ready, pass them over. I would be very grateful. I'm just trying to find another one just to prove the point. There you go, there's the armoured door. So, yep, that's an armoured door. That's the garage door. And what we've also seen is some skins that seem to be set for a Rustore rotation. So, for today's Rustore rotation, we're probably going to get a mix of Trust and Rust skins and regular skins. So, I know for a fact all of those Trust and Rust skins. I think we got some tier 3 armor, and then everything else is just doors. So we might not see tier 3 armor in today's Rustore rotation. We're probably only going to see hoodie, pants, and maybe tier 2. So that means I'm strongly assuming we're probably going to see this, and I'm crossing my fingers and hoping we're going to see this. But with the likes of the tier 3 armor, JPEG and Apostate might struggle. So yeah. Yep, so Kua's got all the drops. Thank you, mate. Oh, there you go. That's what I needed. Thank you very much, buddy. So yes, we got the rad wooden door, the rad garage door, and the TIR, Trust and Rust, armoured doors. So yes, these seem to be up for sale. And these, you might not realise it, are see-through. Do you see that? You can see through that. That's a little peephole. So, yeah. That is probably going to be up for sale today. And if we look at the wooden door, there you go. That's also got a peephole. Can you see that? The little grating right there. So, yes. This is something I'm starting to notice a lot more of. Wooden doors keep getting more and more and more see-through, like holes that you can obviously see through and whatnot. And it's making the likes of all the ones that get submitted and accepted into the Rust store and on the Rust market now less special. So that right there, which also glows in the dark, it's probably making the likes of this twig door redundant. And that only reinforces my point that I worry for it. Too many sales. It's not so special anymore. Yes, it looks like twig. That's cool. You know, some servers, some modded servers are going to greatly like that because, of course, as I mentioned, you can just have twig bases and it works out quite all right. But I am starting to get worried now that if we keep seeing too many extra special doors being made, where is that link? I just lost the link already. Sorry about that. There you go. Yeah. So take, for example, this garage door. It glows in the dark and you can see through it. Why would you want any other garage door anymore? Do you get what I mean? Why would you want any other garage door? That's going to be probably... it might be selling for $10. It might be selling for $5. But I have reason to believe that this is not going to be marketable and tradable. Much like the Tradeable Rust skins. So people probably going to spend their money, have this, and they're going to think, I don't need another garage door anymore. And that gets me a bit worried. That does get me a bit worried. So, yeah, you can't resell them. So, yeah. So, yep, these skins here seem to be the ones that will be up for sale, along with the fridge, which I don't have on me right now. But this is... I'm not sure if these are... Yeah. There'll be drops along things. So, yeah, this isn't super clear. I'm led to believe these are going to be the ones that are for sale because they have the pay-to-win aspect. And the other skins that we've seen in the likes of the workshop... where's that double door? And then there's also other things. But, yeah, just take my word for it. We're going to have a mix of Twitch drops, and we're going to have a mix of charity skins. That that's going to be a drop. That's not pay to win. That's just a glow in the dark door with the Trust and Rust logo, and yeah, that's probably going to be up for sale. So yeah, that wasn't super clear. I'm sorry about that, but it's going to be a mix of Twitch drops and charity skins in the Rust store this week. This will be for sale. Thank you, Kua. Yes, that's it. Thank you. Yes. So we have a. Apparently, that you can see through this. You can apparently see through those things. The mesh looks really thick, though. So, yeah. Apparently, you can see through that. I have doubts. And, of course, please consider donating to Trust and Rust during the weekend. You know, help out a load of people. So, yeah, it's already almost at $1,000. I think over the weekend, they'll reach the goal. Please consider contributing, and I wouldn't be surprised if all the skins that will be on sale in the Rust store, the charitable Rust, the Trust and Rust skins, I'm pretty sure all the proceeds will be going towards obviously helping that out. So yeah, I don't think we're going to see some tier 3 armor being accepted today if we have the charity skin. So if you're invested into the likes of Elite Crate and Frosty, I think you got a good chance. I think we got a good chance here. So yeah, all good, all good. Right. So, what wacky thing can we do just before? Why don't we take a real quick look and see how the trophy's doing? Oh, God. Oh, dear. Right, I don't think one sold. Yeah, December 28 was definitely the last time. So I'm going to give you my weekly warning. Please, 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 please do not buy this. We very likely will have another Twitch Rivals event happening at some point in 2023. And I wouldn't be surprised if they give these out for free again. Yeah, so this isn't special. This isn't rare. It just happened to be glitched. Don't buy it. If you buy it, you'll never be able to trade it. You'll never be able to sell it. Your money's gone, all right? That's $200 that'll be gone. Don't be dumb. Please do not buy it. Yes, it gives you comfort. There's plenty of other things that give you a lot more comfort, and that's not worth $200. So, yes, we've said what we needed to say. We've talked and talked and talked. Gentlemen, let us now proceed and skip ahead to the future. Oh, okay then. Yeah, we did. We did. Oh, and we got Twig. Okay. Oh, Stepan's really cool looking door got accepted. All right. Okay. So this was we knew this was going to happen. So that was expected. Surprised to see this, but that's okay. So that's actually looking pretty good. Okay, that's perfectly fine. And yep. All right. Okay. So that means we should actually go take a look at that Arctic Poncho, because people might start buying it now. They might start buying it. There's no guarantees. So yeah, now let's just quickly go find out how long ago did these come out. Mods, you can ping everybody in Rust to alert them. So yep, this was made by Stepan. This was made yep, that's a typical pick. This is a typical pick made by Demon, of course, that too. This is also a typical pick made by Andre, McQuarrie and Hewok. This is also a typical pick made by Eros. This, hooray, Kvency, you got your garage door through. The Constellations collection will continue. So, yep, that is a typical pick. This, of course, is recent because, yeah, it's this. I don't think we should even count it. But, yeah, this is for the Trust and Rust. So, yep, all of that's got through. Yep, that's all of that's got through now. So, if we were to refresh this, not yet. And we can now start doing our buy orders. So, when it wants to. Yeah, we're probably going to be here for a while. So what I'm going to do is I'll just skip ahead and we'll start talking about all of the new skins. And we'll start making considerations in regards to what might be a good investment. So, Right, people, so the rotation happened about 10-15 minutes ago, and as you can see, we've got a big batch of skins here. Of course, we've got regular skins with Trust and Rust charity skins. So this right here is probably the reason why we didn't see any regular armor skins today. Very surprised to see burlap though. This is the first pair of burlap skins in like almost a year and a half. If you remember, the last ones to be accepted were fishermen. So it's been a long time. Anyway, let's go quickly find out what isn't abnormal. And there is something that I'm a little bit confused by. But we'll just have to wait and see. So of course, if you know how this usually works, if the skin per its grade, so you know this is a clothing skin, green skin, this should sell for 99 cents, and it does, so it's not abnormal. And then we got the deployable here, the Constellation's Garage Door. Deployables should sell for $1.49, but no, you might not know by my currency, but this is selling for $3, so that makes it abnormal. Usually abnormal pricing instantly equals it being abnormal. And then, of course, this is selling for $1.99, so yep, that's not abnormal. This is selling for $3 as well, so that is abnormal. But then we get to these. So this right here, it's an armor skin. It should be green, but it's blue, because it's special. This usually happens with items, holiday items and whatnot. Think like the Chinese New Year masks. Like we're about to see the rabbit masks. I think they're blue or green. Anyway, let's just get to the point. This isn't abnormal, and it's weird because it's selling for $4. And if we just go over to here to the workshop page, it does specifically say that they are going to be marketable skins. Now, I don't know if these are going to be abnormal or not, because we would normally follow the fact that if there's a link here, we know it's abnormal. So we might have to make links for these just in case when we do our abnormal buy orders this Wednesday night, Thursday morning, depending where you are in the world. So I'm unsure for all of these Trust and Rust skins. So yes, let's just point that out, alright? Now that we got that out of the way, the Twig box is selling for $1.99, so that's also abnormal. And this Wasteland Python is not abnormal. So this week, it looks like we only have 1, 2, 3 abnormal skins. Right, we got that out of the way. So, yes, lovely batch of skins. Nice to see. So this is the first burlap clothing skins in almost a year and a half. But with this fridge, if it's marketable, that is the first marketable fridge skin to be accepted in over 2 years, and we'll show that off in a minute. So, yep, very nice to see all of this. Let's now go to scmm.app, and let's just make sure we can see all the skins there. And there we are. So, all the new skins are there. I will refresh it once more, but first of all, I just want to talk about the new skins that just became marketable. Not this, not this, not this, these. So, we just had the Rust Door rotation. Let's just quickly talk about the buy order support for all of these regular skins. So, the Bone Breaker crossbow, this has just appeared, and as I said, I expected to do fairly okay in terms of, based on all of the other skins that we saw, crossbows tend to hold up their value better compared to all of the other weapon skins. So I'm not surprised that this went all the way up to around $1.20, like I suggested. So yeah, the bulk of the buy orders are around $1, but there's a big fat chunk around here below $1. So a lot of people playing it safe. Usually I'd say, and I mentioned it many times, if you want to play it safe with a weapon skin or a tool skin, you know, the red grade ones, just figure out what price is metal selling for, and, you know, that's usually a case of metal usually sells for around $1. So you want to, if you ever want to play it safe with weapon skins and whatnot, you offer 70 to 90 cents, and that's what's happened here. But a lot more people jumped in and did a buy order around $1 to 15 and $1.20. Now, will this change the world? Will this crossbow skin do all right? Well, immediately, I don't think so. But if we do start seeing some more Bonebreaker skins, and I do believe that will be happening because Mr. Horror Meow, he does have a collection starting. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be some more things being accepted soon. And I did mention how there's an AK being referenced here. We're probably going to be seeing some more Bonebreaker skins. More skins being added to a collection usually means there's going to be more demand for the collection. So in the future, this might be going up in price, but we'll see what happens. So then we're going to move on to talk about the leopard bow. Now, this is okay, it's fine, but yeah, it's a bit of a tame design. It's a nice design for it, you know, leopard skin. It's more realistic, down to down to earth, and you get the idea. But yeah, bow skins just don't really perform very well, and we can see that here. The demand for it just isn't really there. Bulk of the buy orders are below $1. So we'll see how that turns out, but at the moment, I'm just not thinking it's going to be alright. Oh, I should also point out, this had almost 800 requests to buy. This has 765 requests to buy. Now on to Reptile Python. So, Python skins, they haven't been performing very well as of last year. In all of 2022, I think we only had 2 Python skins that were performing well, and one of them was being pumped. The other one was a Blackout Python. So, yeah, unless this Reptile collection gets some more skins being accepted, you know, it develops into becoming a full-fledged collection and whatnot, we potentially might see it, you know, increasing in demand and increasing in value. But if we don't see any more and it's just independent by itself, it's probably not going to hold up very well. So at the moment, we see the exact same thing. The safe buy orders, bulk of the buy orders are between 70 to 90 cents. So again, loads of people decided to play it safe. And then over to here, we have the Cybercode SAR. And as I've mentioned quite a lot recently, we are seeing far too many SAR skins. They're like AKs at the moment. We see one pretty much every other week. And when that happens, we become oversaturated with options. Too many SAR skins in such a short amount of time. Why would you want a new one if you just bought one? Why would you want another one if you just bought 2, the most recent ones? Well, I believe in like 3 months we had like 8 SAR skins being accepted. And that's quite absurd. So I think it's probably best to kind of take a step back with this one. But of course it is part of the Cybercode collection. So it has been getting quite a lot of attention in terms of more than the other ones. But still, the bulk of the buy orders are still between 70 to 90 cents. So people are still playing it safe. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. Basically, for all of these skins that have people only playing it safe, they don't really hold up their value, and they end up going down to around a price of maybe just over $1. So this is going to be awkward. And then we have the likes of the Banger AK. Now, I've got nothing against the Banger collection. It's the fact that it's an AK. We have seen far too many AKs being accepted very recently, and overall, we have far too many AK skins. We are oversaturated with AK skins. We literally just had AK skin like last week, the week before that, and Christmas, and yeah, too many in such a short amount of time. I know this is going to struggle, and we will. Well, I've shown you so many times in the past. We take a look at all the AK skins that came out in 2022, and there's like 2 in the positive out of 27. And they all usually end up around just over $1, because of course they just get turned into metal. So that's that. And the bulk of the buy orders, of course, between 70 to 90 cents. So yeah, there wasn't much to talk about. But yeah, this is routine. And the fact that it's the beginning of this year, people want to play it safe. Because if we go through bad times again, these prices will go down. They will go down. So you've been warned. So let's just remove those. And let's just get a good look at you, Tempered Large Box. Still got your $3 buy order there. Yep, Tempered Large Box. I'm thinking you're going to be alright. Twig Door. Did we see a renewed interest in you because we just saw the Twig box being accepted? Don't see any extra buy orders at the moment, but maybe. Maybe we'll look at this a bit later, and then you're doing quite alright. So, let's now talk about all the new skins, the Rust or Rotation. Let's just give this a nice refresh, and we'll start talking about all the skins, we'll start talking about Trust and Rust, and we'll talk about Chinese New Year, which will be next week. Alright, so here we are. And I'm not surprised to see that Fridge skin is doing in first place already. So, as I mentioned, this is the first Fridge skin that we've seen since 2020. The last one to be accepted? July. Wow, July 2020, so it's been quite a long time. Whew. So yeah, this looks really cool. It looks like a person sitting in a vat. I mean, you got the video here. Oh god. It's just, yeah. So you get the idea, and then you spin it around, and it basically just looks like someone sitting in there. But it's on a plane. It's not as if someone's actually sitting in there. There's not like a mesh inside it. It's only on like a... It's literally just drawn on. So don't assume you can see a body floating in water. It's a cool looking skin, and I wouldn't be surprised if it sells a lot. And it's all for a good cause as well, so that's nice as well. But this potentially being a nice investment, well, just take a look at all of the other Fridge skins that are marketable, and do you notice something quite nice? Yeah, they're all in a positive, all of them. However, there's something that we have to be prepared for. Because we haven't seen a fridge skin in such a long time, we're potentially going to be seeing a lot of people buying these. So be warned. Let's not rush into it. But it's also... Yeah, there you go. It says it's not tradable, not marketable. Micro, I'm seeing conflicting things. You can't resell it. It's not an investment. Is it just the fridge? Is it just the fridge? Is it just the fridge? See, this is where I'm getting confused. It says it's marketable here, but then SCMM assumes it isn't. We don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. Hey, if you want to support the charity, it's all for a good cause. Please consider buying it. And yeah, so you get the idea. Right. So, yeah, fridge skin, very nice. Maybe it is or maybe it isn't tradable, marketable. I guess we're going to find out. But it's confusing, isn't it? That's a bit of a worry. So, maybe don't buy tons of them. Maybe just wait until the last day and then we'll find out. Okay. Okay, let's chill out. Let's now talk about the Arctic Protection burlap shirt and pants. So, this is part of the Arctic... No. It's made... Bipolar Penguin, we need to kind of... fix this, I guess, because it is part of the same collection as the Arctic camo. Oh no, did they not name it the same thing? There's going to be a lot of people that don't realise that it's all part of the same collection. I mean, we showed this off to you earlier, didn't we? Arctic Protection. Oh no, nobody's going to realise that, are they? People are going to get confused. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, anyway, so back over to here. This is the first burlap shirt and pants to be accepted in about a year and a half. If I go by newest, yep. Fisherman stuff came out back in August 2021. So it's been quite some time, and that sold crazily. That sold 28,000. This right here, it is snow camouflage. That's nice, and that's helpful. Are you going to be running around with burlap shirts and pants everywhere? Maybe not everywhere, but it's nice to have. It's something we don't see that much of, clearly. This actually might turn out to be a pretty good investment. But, of course, we do need to be prepared for how many that sell. But, yeah, here's all the burlap shirts. Do you think it's a bad idea to invest into this? Yeah, there's only one thing that's in the negative, and that came out 6 years ago. Wow. So yeah, that's looking pretty good. Then we'll take a look at the pants, and yep, that's good. Yep. It's all in positive. It's looking very nice. But once loads of people realise that, they're all probably going to jump in, and they're all probably going to want to, buy these in excess purely with the intent to sell. And if we see too many of them being bought, we know that there's a potential problem, because when there's too much quantity compared to demand, we see problems, and then the price goes down because people start undercutting each other. So yeah, we need to be prepared about that. Okay, so this is something I don't want to rush into, but I do think it will flourish quite nicely. At the very least, in the long term, it will do very nicely. But let me just point out, this is part of the collection with the Arctic Camo Poncho, and at the moment, I'm not sure if this is getting bought out a lot. I'm starting to see quite a decent amount of traction and interest, so maybe it's going to take a while for people to realise. But yes, that does go with these two. Now let's talk about this dungeon armoured door. So last year we saw tons of armoured doors being accepted, didn't we? We saw tons and tons and tons of them. We saw 13. That's a lot by the usual standards. In 2021 we saw 1, in 2020 we saw 2, in 2019 we saw 3. But this is the very first one, and it's a great one. I saw this. He made a version 2 of this. Stepan, is this your first skin to be accepted? Hang on a minute. Nope, he had Hellgate. Okay, that's cool. Right, well, anyway. You did a really good job with this, Stepan. I'm not surprised in the slightest this was accepted. You went back to this because you had an original version, and then you tweaked it, and you just made this so much better looking. And the fact that it glows in the dark only from the torch, all the better. That's a great idea. You did a wonderful job, and now it's accepted. But now we need to think in terms of, is this going to be a good investment? First of all, that looks great. I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to buy that. I think a lot of people are going to be wanting to use it. It's a cool looking skin. The problem is, are we going to see a ton of armoured door skins like we did last year? That's the problem. That's the thing I am worried about. It's got nice, helpful glow in the dark, but yeah, it's awkward because we don't know if we're going to see 20 Armoured Door skins being accepted this year. That's the problem. As of now, I can sit here and say it's abnormal. We don't need to rush into buying it. We can take our time, and then we can consider, we'll do our buy orders, and then we'll consider buying it on Thursday. Much like what I did with the tempered large box today. Then we got Cavency's Constellation Garage Door. Congratulations, I can't speak anymore. Cavency, the guy that got all of these Outer Planet skins accepted, has been plodding along, trying to get more of his Constellation skins being accepted. He's now just got his third, and I wouldn't be surprised if Constellation's deployables might start going up in price a bit. So, gentlemen, if you happen to own any of them, you might see these going up in price. So yeah, this is... did we have a Garage Door last week? I can't even remember. Blimey, it's been that long, isn't it? No, we didn't. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. No, we didn't. Yep, so 2023, it's the first Garage Door of the year. Last year we saw 14. In 2021 we saw 14. So we're probably going to see a decent amount of Garage Door skins being accepted. But, on average, they did quite alright. Now, these are seasonal. These are holiday-themed skins. They're going to struggle the very second the holiday is over. And, of course, it's not Christmas anymore. They're struggling. So let's not count those ones. JPEG collection had some decent deployable skins and, of course, many weapons and clothing. So that's okay. Tempered. I don't need to talk about that. We know. This was a Halloween one. But it's... Even though it's not Halloween anymore, it's still holding up quite nicely, probably because it looks cool. Atomic Garage Door, you look cool. You're doing alright at the moment. So yeah, all of these, the only ones that are struggling are the ones where Bombshell Garage Door has far too much quantity on the Steam market. Reinforced is probably because people just don't care enough to buy it. Oh, actually, hang on a minute. It could just be a straggler. It doesn't look like it has that many on the Steam market. No, it's actually even. So, you know what? Because Constellations very likely will be getting some more skins being accepted this year, and it's only going to go stronger, right, Fancy? More skins? Where's my Constellations rug so I can put it on the ceiling and look at the night sky? Ah, there you go. I'm giving you ideas. Do it. Yeah, we're definitely going to see some more Constellation skins in the future, and that very likely will be going up in price very comfortably. Also, it's abnormal. I don't need to rush into buying it, but that's looking promising. Okay? Then we got the likes of the Twig box. I'm not sure if I want to talk about Trust and Rust. Oh, you got the whole collection now here, don't you? Hang on a minute. What about the pants? We got Trust and Rust stuff. Hey, hang on a minute. Take a look. Wait 1 second. Trust in Rust. Yeah, I talked about this not too long ago. We do have a Trust and Rust hoodie. I don't think it pairs well with that armour. But has this been going up in price? Yes, it has. People were aware. I think it's probably going to go down in price a bit now because people are probably expecting a whole lot more. Yes, we just got core pieces, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see Trust and Rust pants as a Twitch drop, maybe? I don't know. It's confusing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if these are going to be tradable or not. It's awkward, isn't it? It's awkward. Trust and Rust face mask and chestplate is not free. Nope, you've got to buy them. They're charity skins. All proceeds go towards the charities that Trust and Rust is working towards. So, yep. You can see the new Twitch drops. Can you? Ah, got to sign in again. Okay, I'll sign in. I'm all linked up. Let me see. Let me see. I want to see the Twitch drops. It's not showing me here. That's the point. That's the section I want to check. So remember, people, Twitch face punch. You can Google this. Twitch face punch. Make sure you got a Twitch account connected to your Steam account. And when the skins become available to be seen, you'll be able to see what's going to be put out. And yes, I know they're here. But let's talk about that afterwards. Let's talk about Twigbox. So Twigbox is obviously a continuation of the Twig Door that we saw just last week. And I get the feeling we are going to see some more Twig stuff being accepted now. If Twig Door sold that amount and Twigbox potentially could sell maybe just as much, we're looking at potentially seeing a whole collection developing. And, well, that sounds nice. It sounds interesting. But what we should also point out is we recently just had a box being accepted. We had the Blue Lotus, and that's doing quite alright. Will people want to jump towards this? Will people go insane for this? It's literally just made out of twigs and straw and whatnot. I'm not taking a dig at it. But we do need to be cautious about ones that don't glow in the dark. They don't seem to get as much attention. One thing I could probably take a look at, maybe spray can small box. It's just not colourful, that's my issue. Maybe bone cage or desert supply box. Right, let's go see how these performed in the past year. So they're doing good now because times are good. But just before they did bad, and then when times were good back in August, yeah, then it was up, and then down, it was up. So for the longest time, this... I don't want to sound mean, but it's not super colourful. It's not super out there. This is what resembles best in terms of the eye-catchingness of the twig box. This didn't do very well for a long time. Now it's doing okay, but for the longest time it was doing quite bad. All right. Then you got Desert Supply Box, quite nice, almost $2. But then what happened beforehand? It struggled for a bit here, was okay there, struggled for a bit earlier this year. Right, but that's not a collection, and neither is the Bone Cage. This is developing into a collection, so it's conflicting, chat. It's awkward. It's also abnormal, so I don't have to rush into buying it. But the issue is, will we definitely see more of these twig skins being made? Will it actually develop into a collection? And as of now, I can't see anything because it's Chinese New Year next week. And that's something that we'll have to talk about in a minute as well. So, I'm cautious. I know small boxes tend to do quite alright. What's the cheapest small box right now? Let's go find out. No, not newest, cheapest. Right, cheapest one right now is $1.49. That's fine. That's okay. And then you look at all of these and they're all in the positive. So when times are good, small boxes do great. So worst case scenario, if you bought some of these, if you just wait a reasonably long enough time, you will sell them for a profit eventually. Are you patient? That's the answer. If you can hold out and wait and be patient, everything should be fine. But yeah, that's okay. All right. Then we got okay. I don't know. Okay. This double door apparently is, you can see through it. Apparently, it glows in the dark, and you can see. I've been told it mentioned it. I remember, this was made by Bad Trip, wasn't it? He says you can see through it. We're going to have to take a look at this in the Saturday Skin Showcase, aren't we, Mr. Micro? So, yeah. How do we get all of these drops from one day event? No, there's 7 days. It even says it here. Remember, 7 days. 7 days. It's a one-day event, but the drops happen for 7 days. 1 day event, 7 days of Twitch drops. So, just keep that in mind. Right, I guess I'll just jump over to Cybercode MP5. Alright, Micro, do you have some screenshots that you can share with me? That would be helpful. Micro, he has it in the server. He's going to take a screenshot, maybe. Right, so, Cybercode MP5, obviously continuing the Cybercode collection, but it is an MP5, so that's a bit awkward. Cybercode, whilst we have got a lot of skins for it, haven't performed greatly. You might sit there and say, oh, but the SAR literally just became available. Give it a week or two and that'll be in the red as well. I wouldn't be surprised. So, yeah, now we've got an MP5. And are MP5 super in demand right now? Does everybody rush to get an MP5 to use in-game? Not really, no. Yeah, it's awkward. So when you look at all the most recent MP5 skins that have come out, you notice a bit of a pattern. Yeah. They're all in the negative except the blackout one. And that was cool. So, yeah, a little bit of awkwardness is already noticed. Unfortunately, I'm not super keen about that, and that's probably just going to be a 70 to 90 cent buy order. Yeah, that's all I really need to say. And then we've got another Python. Hooray! Another Python. So, do you remember earlier when I was talking about that Python, the reptile one? Take a look at all the most recent Pythons and we see a bit of a trend. El Diablo's doing quite alright now, that's nice to see. But that's being pumped up and that's a blackout collection skin. So, negative. So much negative. Yeah, and that literally just became available, so we shouldn't count that. So, it's awkward. Immediately I sit here and say I don't think it's going to be doing alright in terms of investment. Remember, we look at these skins with an investment perspective, and if you're going to sit there and say, what should I buy? I wouldn't say the Python. Yeah, that's basically it. So we have to wait until Wednesday or Thursday to look at these two, but I'm not keen with them. Right. Now we have the point where we sit here and say, what's probably the best thing to put your money towards in terms of a nice investment? Well, buy the charity skins at least, you know, help them out. It's all good, you know. Show your support for the charities. Some good looking skins, alright? You know, it's just a few dollars, it's all good. But anyway, in terms of actually making profits from skins, I reckon the burlap and the burlap pants are looking pretty good. We do have to be a bit cautious. Are we going to see as many sales in comparison to that poncho, which has quite a lot on the market? Earlier it had about 750, so it looks like they're being bought out now. It does look like it's being bought out, so that's all nice. But yeah, this had over 40,000 sales. Would we see the same for these two? Yeah, I don't think so. But it is camo. It is snowy camo, so that is nice. I'm confident in the long term these would do all right. It depends on how many sales that happen. So if you want to play it safer, wait till Wednesday or Thursday, look how many sales have happened, then make a consideration. Now I'm also feeling pretty invested towards the Constellations garage door. I really do think we will be seeing some more Constellation skins being accepted. Garage doors during good times when prices are good do very nice. So I think Constellations garage door is looking pretty okay. But if you do if you do want to take your time, if you want to play it safer, you can just do buy orders first. It is abnormal, so yeah. A lot of these are doing very nicely. So that's part of a collection, that's part of a collection, that's part of a collection, that's part of a collection. Yeah, that's good. So that is part of a collection. It's most likely going to be doing better, and we will most likely see some more Constellation skins in the near future. Right, I think Twig Box is going to be interesting. Twig Box might be okay. I'm still on the fence. It's also abnormal, so we got that at least. But it is a matter of, will we potentially see some more Twig skins being made? How many of these sell? Small boxes, much like garage doors, when times are good, they do sell very nicely. So at the very least, I think it's going to be alright. But it's just not super, you know, in terms of visuals, it's made of twigs. You know, the door's alright, because you could at least put the door next to twig walls and whatnot. What about that? It's just there, and it's made out of twig, and it kind of just looks... It's just there. Let's just wait and see how many sales happen, then we'll make a consideration. Maybe that's the better option. Now, I'm on the fence with the Dungeon Armoured door. It looks really cool. It looks really, really, really cool. Stepan did a very good job there. It's just a matter of, will we see tons of armoured doors being accepted this year? It's also abnormal, so I don't need to rush into it. But those are the skins I am looking forward to. Quite a lot of them, to be honest. But it is a matter of what happens towards the end of this year. And at the moment, there is still a lot of people playing Rust at the moment, because it's literally just been post-Christmas. So there might be a lot of sales with these skins. So yeah, everything except these two pretty much. And I'm just not sure what's going on with these Trust in Rust charity skins. I think these Trust and Rust skins will not be marketable and tradable, even though we're getting conflicting words here. 100% of the proceeds of the 4 marketable skins being sold during the week. Micro, I think he's used the wrong type of wording. I think he meant to say 100% of the proceeds for the 4 Rust store skins. I think that's what he meant to say, because the terminology we use for marketable is based on what SMM and what we say. It doesn't necessarily... I think he's just used the wrong wording. So I do think these are not going to be tradable or marketable. That's where my store description has been updated. Alright, that would help. Where am I? I've gone mad. Permanently bound. There you go. They're not tradable, they're not marketable. There you go. They are 100% not tradable, not marketable. So at the very least, people, at the very least, they are for a good cause. Please consider buying them. You get the idea. So that's that. That's all the skins for this week. And yeah, so the tier 3 armour, the door, double doors, and the fridge are not tradable or marketable. Okay, that's done. And as I said, the burlap stuff, and I'm mostly invested into burlap and the garage door. I really do think these are the better options to look towards. Right, now, what do we need to bring up? What's happening next week? Well, if you don't know, next week is going to be Chinese New Year skins, Lunar New Year skins. We are going to have Chinese New Year skins only. So be prepared for that. I don't know if there's any investments that you can make in terms of like preparing for it. But yeah, Don't assume, oh, maybe next week we might see the Apostate Tier 3. Maybe next week we might see the Frosty Hoodie and Pants. Maybe next week we might get JPEG Tier 3. No. No. It's going to be Chinese New Year. Hooray! So yeah, yeah. That's what's going to happen. Next week it's going to be Chinese New Year skins only. We're probably going to get between 8 to 10 skins being accepted. And if you want to see all of them, I would recommend that you go watch my Chinese New Year workshop skin checks. I look through all of them. There's a lot of very interesting designs. There's a lot of very interesting skins that are in here. Yes, very cool. So yeah, lots of interesting things that might potentially be accepted for next week. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, let's just quickly verify everything. So with Trust and Rust, there are going to be some Trust and Rust Twitch drops as well. So if you're a bit confused, people, yes, we do have Trust and Rust skins that you can buy, which all proceeds go towards charity. But there will also be Trust and Rust Twitch drops. And it's not going to be just for 1 day, it's for 7 days. The Trust and Rust charity event is for 1 day, but the skins are going to be dropped for 7 days between the 15th to the 22nd of January, alright? You could watch me. I'm pretty sure these are going to be general drops. So if you don't know how this works, if you could just go to Google, so as you can see right here, I'm on the website, but if you go to Face Punch, Twitch, and there it is, and here you are. And connect your account, sign in. Yep, there you go. So I have my Steam account connected with a Twitch account, and if I were to watch a Twitch stream that's affiliated or is dropping the skins, then I will get the skins. But at the moment, there's no drops. There's no drops that we can see. Okay, so that seems to be everything there. I think we've got everything covered. And yeah, so it's a reasonably okay batch of skins. Nice to see some skins that items that haven't had skins in quite a long time. Nice to see some of these pretty cool looking Charitable Rust skins. No, Trust and Rust. Sorry, I get them mixed up. Micro, did you get any screenshots of the double door? Do we know the Twitch drop skins that we can get for free? We have seen some. I'm pretty sure it's the red ones. If I go to workshop, if I go to collections, if I go to... Here you go. I'm pretty sure these are your Twitch drops right there. So I'll pass that on to you to chat. These are your Twitch drops for the week, and we're probably going to see some extras maybe. You got the rad wooden door, which is glow in the dark, and you can see through it. And you can see through it. Then you've got the garage door. Yep. So you can see through it, and it glows in the dark. And then you got the Trust and Rust armored door. Yeah, so these seem to be what will be the Twitch drops. These 3 skins. I'm not sure if there's going to be more of them. So we shall see. We might see the return of the Trust and Rust crate. This probably will return. So if you don't know what the Trust and Rust crate is, it's a Twitch drop where when you unbox, if you unbox it, you can get any skin in the game that's worth up to $5. So, yeah, that's cool. That's nice, isn't it? You could randomly get a free $5 skin. Wouldn't that be nice? So, yeah, that might potentially return. I wouldn't be surprised if it does. So, yeah, any skin that's marketable worth up to $5. So, yeah, that's all good. That's all good. So I've given you the heads up. And, yeah, no, you can't get a Glory AK. No, you used to. So when they first came out, you could get any skin inside them. And that caused the market to crash because people started farming them. And that was one of the reasons why they removed family sharing. So you used to be able to family share Rust. So what people would do was they'd make a load of dud Twitch accounts. And then they'd family share Rust onto their Steam accounts. And then they'd link up those Steam accounts with a dud Twitch account. They'd farm these crates. And then they'd unbox them all. And yeah, every single skin went down in price. And very, very, very luckily, 1 month later, the offline TV thing happened. And for the next 2 months, skin prices went from... Yeah, so we were very lucky that happened. Otherwise, the skins would have been doomed. I came home one day and I found out I spent $2,000 worth on Rust skins. And then I sold them all for about $6,000, $8,000, it's all good, it's nice. Very lucky coincidence, and yeah, so that's this week, gentlemen. I hope everything was all right. items on SEMM. Yep, that's good. That's good. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. If you go to SEMM right now, if you click the items section, you can see Rustoria AK, H June Garage Door. Right, thank you for that. There was even more skins. And of course we have the rabbit mask, but that's for Chinese New Year next week. So yes, we've got a Rustoria double door. I believe that's going to glow in the dark. Do we have a workshop link? No. Okay. Yep, I guess we don't. No. So we've got Rustoria AK, Rustoria sheet metal door, double door. Then we got H June sleeping bag, H June garage door. Then we got Rad wooden door, Rad garage door, and yeah. So it looks like we've got six Twitch drops for next over this weekend as of January 15, and maybe Trust and Rust crates, maybe. But remember, these Trust and Rust crates only drop skins worth up to $5 now. Oh, I'm out of breath. So yeah, that's the week. Cool. I hope you enjoyed yourself, people. Best of luck to you and your investments. Next week, Chinese New Year skins only. Let's see what happens. And of course, as I mentioned, that Chinese New Year rabbit mask will be available next week as well. So, okay, all good. Thank you very much. See you later.